So when Liz Cheney and a lot of the other members, quite frankly, they were saying, how did this happen? Why did this happen? I just really wonder if Republicans understand that so much of the policy they pushed for a long time helped pave the road for Donald Trump and helped pave the road for this. When you tell a certain sect of society that the country that you didn't build, that you didn't discover is yours, then certainly this is inevitable. This is an inevitable way of speaking. And so I'm just curious from your end, do you think that is there any chance of these never Trumpers recognizing that and changing course and trying to preserve their party and saying, oh, our bad, we didn't know how awful we were before?
Well, look, that's a discussion that we can have. But rather than describing them as never Trumpers, I think you need to describe Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger as pro-democracy Republicans, and they're willing to take a stand. And by the way, I really like what you just did there with the split screen, because you are seeing the two faces of the Republican Party. This was as close. What happened today was as close to a have you no shame moment that we're going to see in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, the people that most needed to be shamed were not there and were not watching it. But I was really struck by the way that these pro-democracy the Republicans dominated the news cycle today. But unfortunately for Kevin McCarthy, they were Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. And so I think the contrast that was set up today is incredibly damaging to a Republican Party that is not only not asking the questions that you just raised, but seems to be committed to going deeper and deeper into denial, obstruction, disinformation, and support for sedition. So I have to say I had reasonably high expectations for today, but they were exceeded. This was a day that really did feel like an inflection point, and you had the two faces of the Republican Party on very vivid display.
Yeah, and I take all your points. I think you make some really good ones, Charlie. I guess my problem in calling them pro-democracy Republicans is because Liz Cheney vigorously opposed the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. She campaigned for Donald Trump. I mean, she has called the American Rescue Plan as a dangerous package of far-left policies that would allow taxpayer money to fund abortion. I mean, these are the things that lead to this. So, I just think if we ask the question, why did this happen? Let's have an honest, unfiltered conversation about why this happened.
No, and I'm there for that conversation. Yeah. However, this is a moment where it's all hands on deck, and I think that you need to give credit to the courage of these folks who have broken with their tribe, who are willing to put their careers on the line to say, look, we may differ on a lot of different policy. And I differ. I mean, I was very frustrated by Liz Cheney for her support for Donald Trump, even after it was obvious who he was. And so we differ on a lot of different things. But this is a moment when everyone has to stand up, when you have to welcome the people who are saying, you know what? I can't stand with my party anymore. I cannot be with these folks. I'm not going to buy into this lie, and I'm going to take a stand. So, all of our differences, we can have this debate, but let's set it aside and understand that if this is an existential threat to democracy, let's act like it is, and let's welcome everybody who is willing to engage in this fight.